me to get you all in one room as opposed to going round door to door, day to night, and speak to you individually. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. And it's wonderful to see all of you here to take time out, missing the game, to actually take an interest in the future of your politics, because you've got a vested interest. But I want to pose a rhetorical question first to get us going tonight, and before I outlay my vision to you. And it's, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and see if you expect different results, this time round you're going to be sorely disappointed. I can guarantee you that. There comes a point in your life where you must challenge the status quo. You must think differently and have the confidence to think differently. And tonight I'm going to urge each and every one of you precisely that, to think differently. But tonight's not about me, it's not about Liz, it's not about Gary. It's about each and every one of you in this room, your children, your mums and dads. Because when I think about it, and they look at me, they say, well, I'm not really a career politician. I'm not full-time, I'm part-time as a councillor. So what experience do I have? That's a question if I were you to ask me tonight. So I thought about that. Now I've confessed that I have no real experience in politics. But as I said, politics is simply about people. You, your family, your friends in our community. Speaking for them, listening for them, and standing up. And actually, crucially, to deliver for them. And that's based off, if you make tomorrow better than yesterday, then you've done your job. So when it comes to people, I can tell you this, I've got enough lived experience about people, know how to manage, know how to lead, and work as a team. So prior to my decision to go into full-time politics and as a candidate for the Assembly elections, I chose service, not self. I've no shame in that. I joined the military at 16, and I've served for 20 years all around the world, met loads of interesting people, done some pretty cool stuff. And that went from Ukraine to Afghanistan and everywhere in between. And I was humbled to serve alongside brave men and women from our country and to lead them in battle and on operations. And it's such an honour for me that I'll take to the grave, and nobody can take that away from me. During that service, there was a Union flag that was about that small, and it sat on my shoulder here. So we talk about Union flags and union of people. I wore it with immense pride. I stood up for it. I put my life on the line for that union of people. That Union flag that I wore has my blood on it because of being wounded in action and to stay with my men on the battlefield. So now when I remember and reflect back to the first time, those couple of weeks of joining the military, I remember this. People were negative, people wanted to drag me down, people wanted to call me out and be pessimistic and negative. They were the naysayers, and they came out with things that I'm starting to hear along this election. McCready can never win a seat. McCready can't do that. He's got no chance. Didn't stop me then, and won't stop me now. I see in my 10th year of service, so 10 years into the job, as a young lad from Tullyally, I actually got awarded the UK's most outstanding soldier in the entire British Army. I was ashamed of that because my friends never came home from battle, but yet I did, and I had this accolade. And it's only now that I can really open up and tell people about it now, because there's veterans out there who need us to open up and talk with each other. And when I got that award and I reflect on it now, it was the naysayers, the fearmongers, well, they were wrong, and I proved them wrong. And the lesson I learned that day is pretty simple. That's one I want to share with you. Don't be held back or let fear drive your life or your decisions. Don't let negativity and pessimism make you vote one way or another. So imagine what I could do in my 10th year as an MLA if you give me a chance to prove myself yet again. So let me assure you that I will apply the same level of determination, integrity and commitment that I demonstrated during my military career in a position of an MLA if I get that chance. So that's the past. I'm here about the future. I want to share my vision for unionism of the future. It starts pretty simple, about encouragement. And I think we should encourage our young people and our children in everything they do. It can be through education, sports, arts, culture, anything they want to do. We need to give them the best chance to life. No child should be left behind in our society. We must remove all the barriers to inclusion. Learning difficulties, autism, complex needs, whether those disabilities are visible or invisible. Let's face it, folks, our tomorrow belongs to our children, to our youth, and they deserve better than what we're getting today. Here's an example. I met a young girl throughout the last couple of months. Despite her personal difficulties and setbacks, she actually managed to set up a small business at the age of 16. That's a bright future. That's where I want to invest in our youth and prepare them for their journey through life. Secondly is inspire every single one of you here through job security, apprenticeships, whether you want to start a business or do something you've always wanted to do. Inspire each other every single day. Because I want you to wake up with a sense of purpose every morning, whether it's going to your job, further education, or whatever it is that gets you out of bed that day. And at the end of the day, you should be fulfilled. You should be going home with a sense of pride. Because let's face it, our today is only made possible by you. It's the people, it's the workforce. Without you, there's no day-to-day life. So here's an example. I met a guy about 2 weeks ago when I was out canvassing. Spoke to him on the door, wasn't voting. 2 days later, I got a text message from him. The third day, he came out canvassing with me. And 2 days ago, he joined my local team. He was inspired to action. Let's make Northern Ireland work for everyone. Finally, is to reassure. I'm not going to point any fingers in this one. It's to reassure our older generation. You know who you are. Life's been pretty tough. You are valued members of society. You really are. And we can learn so much from you in politics and in everyday life. Your wisdom, your experience, lived experience. You should be able to enjoy your retirement in a warm home with full bellies. Timely access to the NHS with dignity and with sensitivity. Yesterday I received an email from an elder member of our community. He feels forgotten, he feels left out, and he is unable to heat his home. Is he any less of a unionist that he wants MLAs to go back to work, to help heat our homes and put food on our table? I think he deserves better. I think we need to learn from our past and focus on our future. So let me leave you with this. During this election campaign, I didn't have the luxury of a full-time MLA salary, the benefit of a public funded office and the great staff which would come with it, or holding an MLA seat previously. Instead, I went straight to the heart of the people, the grassroots within our communities. I've listened to their frustrations and their aspirations, surrounded myself with positive people, committed activists and members of the public. This has been the foundation which underpins my vision to encourage, inspire and reassure each and every one of you. I believe now is the time for positive change, pragmatic and confident unionism in going forward that delivers for everyone. I need to entrust you over the next week to I need you to follow your heart and make a decision come the polling day. I will respect your decision, irrespective of what the result is. I'm ready to stand up and serve again. It's whether you have me or not, I leave with you. Thank you.